Ashley Elizabeth Flair, born April 5, 1986, is an American professional wrestler. She is signed to WWE, where she performs on the SmackDown brand under the ring name Charlotte Flair. She is currently out of action due to a torn ACL, MCL, and meniscus. Flair is a second-generation professional wrestler, being the daughter of Ric Flair. She made her first appearance in professional wrestling alongside her father in World Championship Wrestling in 1993. In 2012, she began training with WWE, and debuted in NXT the following year. In 2014, she was named Rookie of the Year by Pro Wrestling Illustrated, PWI, and was promoted to WWE's main roster in 2015. In 2016, PWI readers voted Flair Woman of the Year and Top Female Professional Wrestler. Flair is a 14-time Women's World Champion, having held the WWE Divas Championship once, of which she was the final holder, the WWE Raw Women's Championship a record 6 times, of which she was the inaugural holder, and the SmackDown Women's Championship a record 7 times, with the latter now known as the Women's World Championship. She has also held the NXT Women's Championship twice and the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship once, making her a Triple Crown champion and Grand Slam champion. Flair also won the Royal Rumble match in 2020. In October 2016, she became the first woman, alongside Sasha Banks, to headline a WWE pay-per-view event. Her match with Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey at 2019's WrestleMania 35 was the first time that a women's match had headlined WWE's flagship event. She has a net worth of $1 million. Early life. Ashley Elizabeth Flair was born in Charlotte, North Carolina, on April 5, 1986, to Ric Flair and his then-wife Elizabeth Harrell. She has an older half-sister, Megan, and an older half-brother, David, while her younger brother Reed died on March 29, 2013. Flair won 2 NCHSAA 4A state championships for volleyball during her time at Providence High School and was team captain and player of the year in 2004 to 2005. She attended Appalachian State University in Boone, North Carolina, playing volleyball in the 2005 and 2006 seasons before transferring to North Carolina State University, where she graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Public Relations in spring 2008 while also being a certified personal trainer prior to becoming a wrestler. Flair was at ringside for the December 6, 2004, episode of Raw in her hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina, where Lita and Trish Stratus competed in the main event for the WWE Women's Championship. Almost 12 years later, on October 3, 2016, Flair herself and rival Sasha Banks would do the same, marking the third time a women's championship match main event Raw. Personal life. On September 5, 2008, in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Flair was arrested for assaulting a police officer, after a fight involving her then-boyfriend and her father. She pleaded guilty to a lesser charge and was sentenced to 45 days in jail, which was reduced to supervised probation and a $200 fine. From May 2010 until February 2013, Flair was married to Ricky Johnson. In Second Nature, a joint biography of her and her father released in late 2017, she revealed that she allegedly left Johnson after having been the victim of domestic assault multiple times. In October 2018, Johnson filed a lawsuit against Flair, her father, author Brian Shields, and WWE for defamatory statements in the book. From 2013 to October 2015, Flair was married to English wrestler Thomas Latimer, better known as Bram. She began dating Mexican wrestler Manuel Andrade Oropeza, better known as Andrade, in February 2019. The couple got engaged on January 1, 2020, and were married on May 27, 2022, in Mexico. Flair has multiple tattoos, including 2 hearts above her waistline, her first husband Ricky's name below her waistline, a heart on her left wrist, a quote from the Bible on the left side of her torso that reads, "Guard your heart above all else, for it will determine the course of your life," Proverbs 4 verse 23, a cross on the right side of her torso, and a quote on her right forearm reading, "A little patience." From the Guns N' Roses song, Patience. The latter two are tributes to her late brother, Reed. World Championship Wrestling. Flair made her first appearance in professional wrestling at the age of 7, appearing in a vignette with her father at the World Championship Wrestling, WCW, pay-per-view Starrcade 93, 10th anniversary. In 2000, she again appeared alongside her father in WCW as part of his feud with Vince Russo and her half-brother David. On the May 15 episode of Monday Nitro, Flair appeared in a vignette in which Russo, David and Daphne invaded the Flair family home until being confronted by Flair, her mother Beth, and her brother Reed. At the Great American Bash on June 11, Flair was at ringside for a retirement match between Rick and David. After Russo attempted to interfere in the match on David's behalf, she and her brother Reed attacked him and handcuffed him, enabling their father to go on to defeat David. On the following evening's episode of Monday Nitro, David and Russo faced Rick in a handicap match with the Flair family once again at ringside. Flair attempted to interfere on her father's behalf, but was restrained by R&B security, Russo's henchmen, allowing David and Russo to defeat Rick and partially shave his head. On May 17, 2012, she signed a developmental contract with WWE and trained under Lodi in North Carolina before joining NXT, the WWE developmental territory, in Tampa, Florida. Her trainers in NXT included Sarah Del Rey. Flair adopted the ring name Charlotte and had her first televised singles match on the July 17, 2013, episode of NXT, where she defeated Bayley, 14. In late 2013, Charlotte formed a tag team with Bayley, and the two defeated Oksana and Alicia Fox on the September 4 episode of NXT. On the October 10 episode of NXT, Bayley accompanied Charlotte to a match against Santana Garrett, which she won, but during the match the BFFs, Beautiful, Fierce Females, Sasha Banks and Summer Rae, came to the ring and attempted to convince Bayley to join them, much to Charlotte's annoyance. On the November 13 episode of NXT, Charlotte attacked Bayley and joined the BFFs, establishing herself as a heel in the process. After a 2-month absence due to a legit injury, Charlotte returned on the January 22, 2014, episode of NXT and began accompanying Rae and Banks to their matches. In February, Charlotte confronted and challenged NXT Women's Champion Paige during an interview with Renee Young. Following Rae's elevation to WWE's main roster, Charlotte and Banks feuded with Bayley, who formed an alliance with Natalya, who defeated Charlotte by disqualification after Banks interfered on the March 27 episode of NXT. On April 6 at WrestleMania XXX, she appeared alongside Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss in Triple H's entrance in his match against Daniel Bryan. The feud between Charlotte and Paige ended on the April 24 episode of NXT, when Charlotte and Banks defeated Emma and Paige, with Charlotte scoring the pinfall over Paige.